What is the measure of the largest angle of PQR? So we have PQR, and these are the angles right here. So that would be 3x plus 6x plus x, and that is equal to 180 degrees. So this becomes 10x is 180, and therefore x is equal to 18. Now they want the largest, and the largest is obviously 6x, the largest angle, and therefore that's 6 times 18, and 6 times 18 is equal to 108. So number 6, the answer is E. In the diagram, PQRS is a square, PTQ is an equilateral triangle. What is the measure of angle TPR? Okay, well, this is an equilateral triangle, so this would be 60, 60, and 60. This is a square, so this is 90, but we have drawn this diagonal PR, so that means that chops that angle into 45, 45. So this is 45, and this is 45. So they want what is it? TPR. So TPR is this angle. Those two combined would become TPR, and that obviously 60 plus 45, which is 105. Number 3, therefore, the answer is B. In the diagram, 3 line segments intersect as shown. The value of x is. By opposite angles, if this is 40, this has to be 40. So put that in there. And then the sum of the angles of a triangle always add up to 180. So 40 plus 60 plus x is 180. So that means 100 plus x is 180. And therefore x is equal to 80. So number 3, the answer is C. The rectangle shown has sides length of 8 and 4. The area of the shaded region is. This question you can easily sort of figure out by just drawing a line from there to there. And then noticing that what we've really done is just taken each of these rectangles and then cut them in half. Same thing with this one here. We've taken that rectangle and just cut it in half, because if you notice, the line goes all the way from one corner to the other. So what that really means is that the shaded region is really just half of the total region, because if you just looked at that rectangle, this shaded region is just half of that rectangle. If you look at this rectangle, this shaded region is half of that. So all I have to do to figure out the total shaded region is figure out the total area and then divide by 2. So that would be 8 times 4, that's the total area, and then divide by 2. That's the area of the shaded region, AS. So 8 times 4 is 32, and then divided by 2 is 16. So number 10, the answer is B. In the diagram, triangles ABC and CBD are isosceles. The perimeter of a triangle CBD is 19. Perimeter of triangle ABC is 20. The length of BD is 7. What is the length of AB? So since this is an isosceles triangle, this is the same as that in terms of length. And similarly, this is also an isosceles triangle, so this is the same as that. So all of these are the same, so I'll just call them, well, X is already taken, so I'll call it S for side. Now they tell me that the perimeter of CBD is 19. So CBD, that means S plus BD is 19. All right? But they also tell me the length of BD, it's 7. So 2S plus 7 is equal to 19. So that means 2S is 12, and therefore S is 6. And then turning our attention to ABC, that perimeter they tell me is 20. So ABC is S plus AB, and they tell me that is 20. Well, S plus S is 12, and therefore solving for AB, we get AB is equal to 8. So number 8, the answer is 8, and that is choice D. In the diagram, the value of X is. Well, this is 48, this is 90, that's what that symbol means. So this is going to be 180 minus 48 minus 90. since the sum of the angles of a triangle add up to 180. And if you do that, you get 42. So I'll put 42 right in here. And then this angle right here is going to be, I'll just draw a little arrow there, 180 minus 60, because the sum of the angles about a line are equal to 180. And that, of course, is 120. And then finally, this angle in here, that one, we can get because we know this is 42, this is 120, and the sum of the angles of a triangle are 180. So that means it's 180 minus 120 minus 42. And if you do that, you get 18. So that little angle is 18. And then finally, we get to this one. All of the angles about this line will add up to 180. And those two angles are x and 18. So that means x plus 18 is equal to 180. And therefore x is equal to 162. So number 10, the answer is E. In the square shown, x is equal to, well, x is an angle from there to there, and this is a square, so because it's a square, this angle will be 90. So since we've cut that angle in half, you're basically going to take that 90-degree right angle and divide by 2 to get x. And therefore x is 45. So number 6, the answer is B. In the diagram, PQR is a straight line. The value of x is. All the angles about a line equal 180. So if this is 136, and this, let's say, is y, 136 plus y is equal to 180. So therefore y is equal to 44. Okay, put that in there like that, 44. And then all the angles of a triangle equal 180, so that means 44 plus 64 plus x is equal to 180. And then we can solve for x. X is 180 minus 44 minus 64, and therefore x is equal to 72. So number 6, the answer is A. In triangle PRQ, side PR is horizontal and side PQ is vertical, the coordinates of PR. Here's P. It's going to have some coordinates, an x coordinate and a y coordinate. Well, the x coordinate will be the same as the x coordinate of Q because we're not moving. That's what they mean by vertical. So that's negative 11 right there. The y coordinate of P will be the same as the y coordinate of R since we haven't moved. We've been horizontal. So that's negative 2. And therefore, the coordinates of P are negative 11, negative 2, and that is choice D. Square PQRS has an area of 900. M is the midpoint of PQ, N is the midpoint of PS. What is the area of triangle PMN? Well, if the length of the square, let's say, is S, then we know that S squared is 900. So S is equal to 30. So I'll just put that there. Now, M is the midpoint, so this whole distance is 30. And if M is the midpoint, then from here to here is 15. And very similarly, if N is the midpoint, then from here to here is also 15. So the area of that triangle is 1/2 base times height. So it would be 1/2 15 times 15. So that's 225 divided by 2. And that is 112.5. So number 8, the answer is B.